The village of Unbin was quiet, peaceful. It was surrounded by emerald green paddy fields. The air was thick and humid. The villagers were simple farmers. They lived a simple life, but a darkness lurked in their midst. A legend whispered through generations, the legend of Ma Lai. Ma Lai, they said, was a demon. It lived among them, disguised as a human. By day, it walked like one of them. But when the moon rose, it transformed. It craved blood. It feasted on the life force of unsuspecting villagers. Fear clung to the air like the humid air. The elders spoke of the signs: a sudden chill, the smell of rotting flesh, a feeling of being watched. These were the warnings that the Ma Lai was near. Their words sent shivers down the spines of the young. They looked over their shoulders. Fear lived in their hearts. Night fell. The moon painted the paddy fields silver. A dog howled in the distance. Inside a bamboo hut, a farmer slept. He was unaware of the danger lurking just outside. A dark figure stood at the edge of the paddy fields. It was shrouded in shadow. Its eyes glowed red in the darkness. The figure began to change. Its skin turned a sickly green. Its teeth grew into sharp fangs. Its fingers twisted into claws. The smell of decay filled the air. The Ma Lai was hungry. Tonight it would feed. The Ma Lai moved like a phantom. It glided silently through the paddy fields. Its feet never seemed to touch the ground. It was drawn to the scent of its prey. The sleeping farmer inside the hut never knew what was coming. The farmer woke with a gasp. He felt a cold presence in the room. Fear gripped him. He couldn't move. He could only watch in terror as the Ma Lai approached. Its red eyes burned into his soul. The stench of death filled his nostrils. The Ma Lai leaned closer, its hot, fetid breath on his cheek. The farmer closed his eyes, waiting for the final blow. But it never came. The first rays of dawn pierced through the cracks in the bamboo walls. The Ma Lai hissed. It vanished into thin air. The farmer lay there, gasping for breath. He knew he had been spared, but for how long? He had seen the Ma Lai. He knew it would be back. He had to warn the others. They needed to find a way to stop it. The villagers gathered. They listened to the farmer's terrifying tale. Fear turned to anger. They had lived in fear of the Ma Lai for too long. It was time to fight back. The village elder spoke. He had heard stories, legends of how to defeat the Ma Lai. The Ma Lai was powerful, he explained, but it had a weakness. It couldn't stay away from its body. When the sun rose, it had to return to its human form. If they could find its body before dawn, they could destroy it. Hope flickered in the eyes of the villagers. They would take turns watching over the village. They would find the Ma Lai's body, and when they did, they would be ready.